I am live. I'm excited to announce something. You know how when you're just hanging out and you're doing something and you see something and you're like, well, this feels newsworthy. Well, for me, something like that just happened. You see, I am a Substack publisher. I publish on Substack all the time. And I love analytics. And I always felt that they didn't have the most robust analytics on the platform. I always was looking for a little bit more. And then I realized that tonight they've created a new dashboard. And I figured, why not take a look? So you can switch back to the old dashboard. This is the old dashboard. Okay, it's very simple. It has lots of stuff. You could look at some subscribers. You could look at the paid subscribers. You could look at all subscribers, etc. Everything seems to be going on the up and up for the Mac right now. I'm feeling really good about that. You can see the posts and how the post did. And I'm pretty excited about the marketing burnout post and the subsequent post about the resilience era. This is me framing or reframing burnout into something positive. I'm also really excited to see the nice momentum on subscribers. And we're not talking about crazy amounts of hundreds of thousands or whatever, but it is clear that people are interested in what we have to say. So now I'm going to click on the new dashboard, and let's look at the difference between what it looks like and the old versus the new. So first of all, we have the audience with the subscribers. I'm not going to actually show you too much about anything specific because we don't want to see anything by name. But what I'd like to show you is stats. This is super interesting because it has a much more higher level comprehension of how people are getting to the site, when people are getting to the site. And as you can see, you got the Google, you got the Substack, you got the Canva embed. So this basically means all these are the students that clicked the Marketing Accountability Council, 108 of them. It's pretty good. We got LinkedIn, which I think should always be higher. And we got Facebook, which is largely friends and family. And what's really neat about what I'm seeing here is you could just turn these things on and off. It feels much more like a Google Analytics dashboard. The other thing that I really like is that you can start to see the last 90 days. And holy God, I mean, something happened around May. That's pretty neat. Oh, this was the article that I wrote about my chart. Wow, isn't it interesting to see that my critical analysis of this guy who acted like a total ass on a plane resulted in such traction? So then we got, we could associate it for thanks for applying. We regret to treat you like a human being. This is, and I talk about all this narcissism, what's interesting, which is building off of that other one. So let's take a look. So it's very obvious that when I connect with sources and information that is more consumer facing, less marketing, we seem to do better. So then we have Google here on the 10th, but we have the hollowing of journalism that did okay, but something happened here on the 16th. 2 parades. My whole thing about the Pride Parade. And let's see what else. Google's. And then we have another one here. Where I called out BS on accountability, where my friend Dan wrote a nice article about the delusion of UX and this whole Mac signal test. So I think it's super interesting to start to see how these things do. And by the way, you can go back to the original, and you could also see subscribes over time. So next, we'll go into the network. We see where they came from. This is just the same as the old. We got the audience, where they're from. That's pretty neat to see the different states. And then we got the publications. So thank you to all the publications that we have that have recommended us. But it's pretty neat to see where people are coming from countrywide. New York, California, New Jersey. I mean, I've always had a goal of wanting to be a little bit more global. but let's see where people are globally coming from. We got United States, we got Brazil. Thanks, Anna, for all your help with the recruitment from Brazil. We have India. I have team members in India, some people from Canada, and some people from the United Kingdom. So that's pretty neat to see. Then we could, oops, we don't want to look at that. We could look at all the subscribers and all that. We could see certain things. I'm not going to spend any more time on that. Oh, these are the people that actually paid for the referrals. Thank you to the members, John Penrose and Sam and Mark and others who have paid. There have been 15 people that have paid for subscription so far. So we have then a traffic panel that shows the traffic over time, and you could isolate it from different sources, which is really cool. I really think from a Substack perspective, we could start to see what came from social, what came from Substack. I mean, Substack, it's really great to be able to take what you're publishing and, instead of just publicizing it to other places, the people of Substack have found you. I really do appreciate that. And then we got some details on where in the Substacks they came from, which is really neat to see. And I'll certainly dig into some of these things a little bit more to figure it out. So as we go through this, I think it's important to think, this is the mind of a marketer. I just went in and I started to think about this, and then I started to think about how do I use marketing analytics? How do I use data in order to deliver value for an organization that I'm building? So I figured it would be helpful for you to start to see that. We got that email. So the Substacks are sent via email. We got the Google, the direct. This means people are clicking directly to the article. I'm always slightly confused by that. We got the LinkedIn. It's remarkable how many times we post on LinkedIn and how few times they allow us to promote this thing on LinkedIn. But the truth is that it doesn't matter, because on LinkedIn, we post posts as well. And we've also been doing the same kind of thing on YouTube as well. And we got Twitter. And then there's like these platforms that I've never even heard of. Brave. You got some people coming from the Microsoft Office suite. You got ChatGPT referral. That's cool. That means that ChatGPT is recognizing us in search. You got the perplexity.ai. You got our website, some Instagram, and body cam blind spots. That's my new channel that I started, where I go through videos of police dash cams and stuff. And then we could always look at unsubscribes and always look at surveys. Only one person unsubscribed, and the person said that it was something that they didn't have time for. So then, okay, so we have some creator tools. This is interesting. So you could recommend different platforms, and you see who I've recommended and who is recommending me. So these are the people that have reciprocated with recommendations. Thank you to all of you. All of you are special members of our community. We got the experimental marketer. Thank you, Anna. We got TJ Bennett, who I worked with for years, and we've partnered on many things in the marketing. We got Tobin, who has written this now new next, and he's actively participating in the Mac, and he's on to some bigger and better things for his marketing career. We got Mark Sirkin, who has created the playbook Broken, who is innovating from martech.com. And we got Jacob Sanders, who, as you know, is a founding member of the Mac. And we got Eric Tash, who's helped. And, we have recommendations too. We got the Suckify work, all that. But I really can't say enough about the Center for Humane Technology. And then there's others that I could recommend as well. So now we got branding. So now we can look at the way we design the page. So the branding allows you to change your fonts, your colors, and your logos. So let's take a look at that. So then we have the logos, we have the colors and all that. You still have the same fonts that you usually have, and the same body fonts and the same colored links. And you could create the little brand mark, which would be putting something up here. But I decided to keep that the way it is. Then we got the home page. You could list it like a newspaper, a magazine, a media feature, a highlight. And by the way, certain articles I get to choose and you could do it without the images of the articles, which I don't think I like. And then you have the ability to try some advanced layouts, which I don't want to play with right now. From my perspective, if it adds value, it adds value. If it doesn't, like, I'm not going to waste my time. But I think that I like this layout, but I also like the newspaper, and this is the one. And I'm picking what's highlighted here. Maybe I should move this around a little bit for new people that come. And then you could take a look at the store, and you could see we have the chat. We have the What is Mac. We have Swag, which is the product of my son Gavin, who created the Swag store. And we got the products and services, which are on our Gumroad. And then we have the archive, and we have the leaderboard of contributors. So I'm going to just keep it like that. So let's take a look and go back. We got the branding and all that. So all in all, the most impressive part about this is the idea that we could start to look at a new dashboard, and we could start to see just a little bit more about how this works, why it works, and all that. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to go back to this channel, and here we are. So this is about 11 minutes worth of content. I saw something, I was excited about it, I want to share it with friends, but I also felt that people, especially the people that love Substack, will get value from this. So if you got value from this, leave me a thumbs up. Maybe you could subscribe, and we deliver a lot of content just like this for the Marketing Accountability Council. So thank you, and until next time.